right, I just wanted to make a quick video about the updates to the collector's reserves, the spotlights, the token system. And before I get into some posts and some analysis of the current system, I just want to bring up something right here. You know, I'm of the opinion that you should save 4 spotlights, and then when there is a Series 5, not a Series 4, a Series 5 card that you want that is in this spotlight cache, then you should open it, right? And stop when you get the card that you want. Absolutely stop, right? No more, right? And so on average, if you're looking to get Series 5 cards, you're going to have to open up 2.5 of them. And if you were able to get 5 spotlights a month, you know, there's the Battle Pass card, and then you could get 2 of the Series 5s for free in theory, if, you know, RNG is in your favor, but on average, and then not get the Series 4 ones. And then if you have collector's tokens and you really, really want the Series 4 card, you can buy them for 3,000 collector's tokens. Now, I want to suggest that these are valuable. If you want to open these for Series 4 or for cosmetics, please understand that I personally value a spotlight cache at $25. Meaning if you wanted to replace that and purchase through golds and credits and real world money to get an extra spotlight, it's about $25 to get one. So if you're saying, hey, I want to get null because I like this variant, okay, and I'm going to open one of these just because I want null. I don't care about Gene. I don't care about the random. I don't care about living tribunal. Please understanding, by opening one of these, it has an equivalency to me of about $25. So for me, I will be only opening spotlights when I have 4 saved up and there is a Series 5 card that I want, and I will be stopping when I get the Series 5 card. And going forward, I will be purchasing Series 4 cards that I want with collector's reserves. Now, I have hoarded collector's tokens rather, and so I have an abundance, and I preferred agency over this system. And so I have 27,950. Now, I want to say this. I started playing the game at soft launch. So that was in May of 2022. So I've been playing the game significantly longer than most people that, let's say, started in January, or if they started at global launch, which was in the fall of last year. And it is easy to keep up with this game if you are a Battle Pass purchaser. I feel like this game is incredibly reasonable and fair to play if you are a purchaser of the Battle Pass. I think you could make a very strong case that this game is pay to win if you don't buy the Battle Pass. When there are strong Battle Pass cards, you know, like Zabu and Nebula and Hitmonkey and Silver Surfer, that puts a free-to-play player at a significant disadvantage. But I also want to say, if you want to play this game competitively and only focus on progression and not care about cosmetics, Battle Pass purchasers can have an insanely competitive, good time playing Marvel Snap and have access to every meaningful card by being selective. And that's the situation that I am in currently. I've got 28,000 collector tokens saved up, and I'm missing 2 cards in the entire game. I have Jean Grey actually. I'm missing Howard Duck, and I'm missing 2099. So if you wanted to subtract 9,000 collector tokens from this here right now, collection complete. And I don't feel like those 2 cards are meaningful enough on the competitive landscape. So I wanted to talk about some Reddit posts and give my thoughts. And because the new system is confusing. And I also want to say that this system can be punishing if you're looking to get Jean Grey and you open Jean Grey on the first one and then you continue to open the other 3. You know, when the next high evolutionary comes out, if you don't have 4 spotlights saved up, that might set you back $100 if you have to have the next high evolutionary. So I think hoarding and being cautious and being selective and not spending these when you don't have to. But if you're choosing to spend spotlights on on cosmetics, please understand I value them at about $25. Why do so many on the sub expect to get a massive collection for free fast? I might get downvoted for this post, but I feel like the complaints about the card acquisition just gets worse and worse. I'm Series 3 complete, and I think the new system is really cool. It gives me the opportunity to get every new card for free just by playing. If not that, I get maybe another card I don't have or an awesome variant. Feels like so many on the sub expect devs to create a system that guarantees them to get every new card with basically no financial investment at all. In general, I have to say that if you're a Battle Pass purchaser and you're purchasing the relevant cards exclusively with your spotlights, you can get every important card. This game can and is expensive if you want to get every card on day one. Some cards are just not necessary. Like for right now, I don't think Jean Grey is a must-have card. I think she's nice, but it hasn't manifested yet to me that this is a must-have card like other cards we've had in the past. And I just want to give you 3 examples of cards that I think are must-have cards. High Evolutionary, Spider-Ham, and Jeff. Of course, it requires time invested and a bit of luck, but I think that there's a nice motivation to have to play the game besides its rank rewards. I do buy the season pass, and again, I think the game is incredibly fair if you're a season pass purchaser. Not so much if you don't. In some bundles here and there, I could make a case that even if the card is garbage, it's worth getting. Because of the other things in the season pass. But I don't feel bad about spending money for a game I spend so much time on. I look at the season pass as $10, and that's just like a subscription service to play Marvel Snap competitively with the Battle Pass. Even with the new Conquest mode, where there is many free rewards as well that everyone has seemed to have forgotten and taken as given as they should have gotten. I don't know, maybe I'm naive, but I feel like so many people on the sub expect to get close to everything in the game for free as a guarantee. This game can be hyper expensive if you want to get exclusive cosmetics and variants. The game can be expensive if you want to have every card on day one. But if you play the game by getting the Battle Pass and choosing and using your spotlights efficiently, that's not the case at all. You'll be in a situation like I am right now with an abundance of resources and access to meaningful cards. I see people thinking the titles are too much of generation, which I do get, but I feel like it was needed to be a bit of a hot take to get people in the discussion. However, my main point is, of course, I can also see it to be approved upon and respect other people's opinion, but laying it out as being super predatory, super bad, in my opinion, is not right. Yeah, I don't think that Marvel Snap is a overly predatory mobile game compared to the other mobile games that I've played. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force are in another category. And for me, Marvel Snap is quite refreshing. Can it be better? Sure. Can it be improved? Absolutely. Is it perfect? No. But is it 9,000 times better than Marvel Strike Force and Galaxy of Heroes? Yes. This game is relatively inexpensive to play. Like, I'm having a good experience with my $10 a month. 7.5 months to reach 6,000 tokens is not viable. So this is true. The new system now with collector's reserves basically has stripped away a meaningful amount of getting collector's tokens and gold. In exchange, in a month, you should be able to get 5 spotlights, and that should give you reasonable access to 2 of the Series 5s in a month. And if you couple that with purchasing the Battle Pass, you're going to have the meaningful cards. That is true. And then this is just kind of a side note right here. Jean Grey was fixed. And this is one of the developers over there, Jean Grey and Goost. Bug fix went live. Fixes for the Unveiled and Enchantress bug were deployed yesterday too. Happy snapping. So Jean Grey is working correctly. And then this is just one of the strangest things. And I want to give my take on this because I'm a little annoyed by this post. And I do understand where they're coming from, but I don't agree. As someone who doesn't follow content creators or read Reddit, apparently, because this information was all over Reddit, who advocated for this or any creators at all, I patched my game and went about my day only to see some of my YouTube feed have content creators explaining how to game the system. Will there be punishment for this or at least reparations for those who hoarded or opened all caches on the new patch? It is the developer's responsibility to do this. Players should and will always act in their best interests. They will always do that. It is the developer's responsibility 100% to disincentivize behaviors that they don't want the players doing. It's nobody else's responsibility other than developers. If my neighbor checks a weird box on their tax form and gets a $10,000 check from the IRS, I absolutely do not have a grudge against my neighbor. That's stupid. It's up to the IRS to make sure they don't have a bug system, not my neighbor. And if nothing else, I should be congratulating my neighbor for acting in their own best interests. You should be happy for the players that were smart and understood how the system worked and took advantage of it because they were being smart, being engaged on Reddit, being engaged on YouTube to understand how it works. And it's this person's fault that they didn't do that. And it's the developer's fault if this is a bad behavior. 100% only the developer's fault. I didn't take advantage of the system. And if you didn't take advantage of the system, you should be congratulating the other players for getting free stuff.